Thank you all for attending. PHA Canada really exists to support you, patients, families, to educate you, and to help you understand that you're not alone dealing with this illness. And so we're thrilled that you could all join us. At last night's reception, we met many people that had been to other conferences, and there's no question they're back because of what they got from previous conferences.
This is my third conference. I've been at the 2011 in Toronto, the 2013 in Ottawa, and now the 2015 here in Montreal. I came because it's really nice to have other people understand the disease that we have, and I'm always looking for new information.
So the conference is one of the main events that PHA Canada holds every 2 years, and it's a great way for the community to get together, people across the country to get face-to-face, meet one another, make new connections, and just talk to people that understand exactly what they're going through.
As a patient, it's very important that we have other people who understand us, and also this gives us a chance to speak with medical professionals who are here, to have some time to talk to them individually beyond the clinic setting.
I learned something that patients all have in common was that they've all been hurt by maybe the ignorance of people's knowledge about the disease, because it's one of those invisible diseases. Unless you're actually walking in the shoes of someone, you don't feel the same way. We know a lot of medical things, but as far as the feelings and the journey, they can just gain a lot from the patient perspective. And you know, when we see them in a clinic, it's fast-paced, so this is a time to hear stuff we don't always hear in a clinic.
A big part of conference is connecting with people that have PH, they're caregivers of us, healthcare professionals.
PHA Canada conference is a very special event. It's actually one of our favorite conferences to attend as physicians, because it is all about the patient and their caregivers and their families. The sense of community is fantastic, and I think the benefits are enormous all around.
So being a parent of a child with pulmonary hypertension was difficult initially because we really didn't know how to cope with the disease, and we were given a very bleak prognosis at first. So reaching out and meeting other parents was really a savior for us, because we learned so much from people who had been through the journey and how they were coping, and so we learned a lot of tips and tricks along the way. I've been coming since the very start with conferences and helped to organize, and so for me now it's less about learning and more about reconnecting and trying to help connect the people that I've met over the years to help them to get the most that they can.
For people that do want to reach out to a community and understand that they aren't alone, and that there are other people going through the same things, and just brainstorm ideas with other people that are struggling with the same things, whether struggling as a family member or a caregiver or a patient. It's great to be able to talk to other people.
I don't know anybody else in my community who has PH, so I come here to meet them.
We're like a family, and it's very empowering to meet people who are living with what you're living with.
Everyone is so kind and gentle and understanding here, and it just means more than I could possibly tell you to be here. I'm so happy.
It's amazing. I mean, the people we're meeting people with this, living with this. To hear a lady who's had this for over 30 years.
I've had a lot of fun meeting the younger kids with PH and like seeing how they're dealing with their disease.
And coming here, you just get that extra boost of energy to kind of keep going.
This conference is a big deal. I have so many people that come to learn about it and like know more. Well, we mostly played with like the trains, and then I played with another boy. I'm not too sure how old he is.
As you've already seen, you've already met hopefully this morning some remarkable people, and you will meet many more this weekend. People who suffer with PH, who have PH, people who care for those with PH, and yet many who are thriving with PH and doing better than they ever have before. As well, many who support the PH community in so many different ways and work for others. That's what this weekend is all about.
I found towards the end they have the caregivers or companions session, and talking with the husband or wife of the person with PH, I really enjoyed that.
My partner is my rock and has never really talked much about anything other than just supporting me throughout, so I really wanted to have him connect with other caretakers.
I've learned a lot, and all the sessions have been just fantastic, and enjoyed every one of them and learned something from every one of them, and very appreciative.
I came to the conference because I like to keep up to date on new medications and to learn as much as I can. So far, I've enjoyed the session about breathing, learning how to breathe, and a little bit about yoga, any kind of exercise I could do. I also enjoyed the session for over 40s and about how to start a support group.
To the newly diagnosed patient, I would think that it would be a good idea if you focus on what you can do rather than what you can't do. And I think it's very important that you as a new patient don't let the illness define you.
I want to applaud every patient in attendance here at this conference. You are not allowing the fear of having PH dictate how you are moving forward. You choose to learn about PH and how it affects your life and the life of those around you, and face it head on. Believe me when I say this conference will empower you on your journey. My early years of isolation, loneliness, no one really understands my disease, to hear you look so good when you're feeling so poorly is tough to deal with alone. You and I don't have to. There are so many who have the desire to help. I encourage you to reach out and find the support that will help you stay strong as you continue your journey. I learned something a few years ago from Mr. Carl Hicks, whom I love, respect, and admire, when I heard him say, "Hope is a verb." We cannot let fear paralyze us or remove hope as we move forward. Our hope is in the future and a cure for this disease.